Welcome, Climate Viewers. Jim Lee from Climate Viewer News at climateviewer.com. Been a minute. I know you guys been. I've been getting those emails where people go, "Are you still alive?" I am. Greetings, Crimos. What's up, brother? So there were a lot of people talking about the Texas floods on my last interview. Hi, my daughter in chat. And I did an interview with Augustus Dorico. Now, a lot of people, really didn't didn't get what was going on there. If you didn't get it, you never will. But a lot, I've been reading a lot of the feedback, and most of it centers around, we know NextRad did this. We know HARP did this. We know for certainty that the secret government cabal, they're all in on it. And I'm not so sure. So just recently, I went on the High Wire. Jeffrey Jackson asked me to come on there. We're going to talk about HARP. When it's on, does it actually affect the weather? You can actually check it out right now. Of course you can restream Chromos. Of course. In fact, anybody, just a general shout out, you can take my videos and you can do whatever you want with them. You can repost them anywhere. I have never in my 15 years of doing this ever copyright striked anybody for using my stuff. I put it out there for free. All I ask is that if you do appreciate my work, come over to connect.climateviewer.com and, donate. I'd greatly appreciate it. My family would appreciate it as well. So we're going to get right into it. I want to try to make this pretty quick. Yeah, Jack, brother man, I could definitely use some lube kit supplies. The short and skinny of it is, I have literally changed jobs. Things have been really crazy over the last month. I, went on my beach vacation for a week, first week of July. And then I did my last 2 weeks as a security guard. And now I'm with the sheriff's department. So with that being said, it's, all of the opinions given on this broadcast are mine solely and not those of the government or the county of Sumter, South Carolina. Just fair statement. But yes, I have joined the Sumter County Sheriff's Department, and I could not be happier. I am really overwhelmed with, all of the stuff they're, teaching me real quick, get me ready for the Criminal Justice Academy. And I'm thoroughly stoked about it. But enough about me. Let's talk about the weather, because that's what you guys are here for. So let's get into it. Over on thehighwire.com, Jeffrey Jackson had me on. This is the short version. There's an entire, before I came on, they were talking to first responders down in Texas, and they put this clip out. In fact, now that I think about it, they made an even shorter version of that, which they put up on, is this it? No, that's me streaming live right now on X. And if you don't know about that, you can check me out on X at any time.
Is there any other technology that is outside of this conversation that we may not know about? I understand there's maybe ground-based systems as well that are coming online.
I suggest you go to weathermodificationhistory.com and actually look at the entire history. Look at the technologies. Do some actual research. You'll learn. They accidentally put the wrong web page up. That's not my website. My website looks like this, guys. No, that's not it. This is what they were supposed to put on the screen. Weathermodificationhistory.com. But somehow in the video, yeah, that happened. Anyway, learn a lot about it. The one thing that I noticed, that I always look for the blind spot, the thing that nobody's talking about. And in 2012, a company called Acquiesce and another company called SciBlue did a joint venture to steer atmospheric rivers into Texas. I wrote an article about this on climateviewer.com called How Texas Stole California's Rain. You can look at the entire section on atmospheric rivers as a tag with multiple articles about this, and this technology has now advanced beyond our local borders. David Miles, the guy who invented the technology, said that basically David Kaczynski from SciBlue, a U.S. Air Force company, stole his technology. This has now also showed up at Climate Control Global Trading LLC in the United Arab Emirates. China has the Tiani River, Tiani, which translates roughly to Sky River, where they're talking about steering atmospheric rivers. Nobody on any website or any video outlet is even discussing what an atmospheric river is, or the possibility of somebody doing something like this. So this really goes back to the Environmental Modification Convention, or the NMOD Treaty. This was a weather warfare ban passed at the United Nations in 1978. We never created a way to catch somebody doing weather warfare. So we're all stuck here being called conspiracy theorists, and intentionally there has never been any effort to make a way to catch people doing this. That's why I proposed something called the Environmental Modification Accountability Act, to bring that accountability to that. We need ground-based and satellite. We need a government global sensor network and a citizen-powered sensor network. Something that's going to track what's falling in the rainfall, observational tools to, enhance our ability to go, did somebody modify this? That wasn't, a small company like Rainmaker. That is really the gaping hole that's missing in all this. We have no accountability because we have no proper reporting in advance, and we have no forensic capability afterwards to see if somebody used chemical or electromagnetic processes to modify the weather. And given the advancement in technology and AI, we have to have these changes pushed.
So what I'm hearing you saying is the oversight's clearly not there. The technology is there. Whether it's planes or this next gen technology that you're talking about that no one else is talking about, and there's also a space where the science is not settled. So the science of weather modification is still up in the air, and so is the geoengineering as well. So in this space, we have to have this conversation when we see these miraculous weather fronts, and we keep getting told this is a 100-year whatever fire, 100-year flood, 100-year this, 100-year that.
We had a 1,000-year flood here in South Carolina, where a hurricane sat stationary off the coast of Florida for 2 days, and an atmospheric river came out of that hurricane. And in my hometown of Sumter, South Carolina, we got 30 inches of rain in a single day. So these 1,000-year floods just keep happening, and we're supposed to consider it to be all coincidental. Meanwhile, the focus is on things like it's HAARP. Well, you can tell when HAARP's on. It's climate
change,
or the mainstream media narrative that climate change is driving all of this. Well, the sun actually is driving most of it, and then beyond that, man can intervene. It's the art of helping people fall down in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. In weather modification, it's the gentle nudge that causes the butterfly effect. So does a butterfly flapping its wings in Brazil affect tornadoes in Texas? Did his 60 grams of silver iodide actually influence things upwind? Because that is the exact direction the wind was flowing, the water was flowing, all of that. It also is very similar to the 2012 test for steering atmospheric rivers. Same moisture flow pattern. We had the tropical storm, Barry leftovers, and they all collided in the middle to make that catastrophic. God bless the gentleman you were interviewing earlier. Like, I lived through Hurricane Hugo. I can only imagine what it's like there right now. People, I think that it's disgusting that so many people want to speculate with so much certainty that they know that NexRad did it or HAARP did it. I would rather live in a safe place where I say, you know what? I am not perfect. I do not have it all figured out. Even though I've been doing this 15 years and I understand most of the technologies, I'm not going to sit here with any certainty and tell you, no, Augustus had no effect on this, and no, nobody else did something, because Nobody knows, and
Yeah.
that's the main focus of
That
what I wanted to bring here today. We need transparency. We need verification, and that's really the gist of what's going on here. Is that there are too many ambulance chasers on the internet running around like they know what the hell they're talking about. I will never be one of them. Sorry guys, like, I could be really popular. I could scare the crap out of people all day long, make up stuff. And I even want to clarify, even when I'm talking about the steering the atmospheric rivers stuff, with Aqueous, this is David Miles. You know, basically David Miles' company was Aqueous at the time in 2012. And Cy Blue, they had a license with the Texas, just like Augustus Dorico did. They had a license to steer an atmospheric river into Texas. Did they actually do it? Well, I mean, according to the rainfall charts, something happened. Was it already going to happen and they just took advantage of it? There is no proof that any of that technology is real. There is no proof because I've never seen it. David Miles actually offered me a job. I said, well, show it to me. Make me believe. And we're still friendly. Like I literally talked to him on WhatsApp and try to get a follow-up interview in the near future, but he's working on something right now. So, but that being said, David Miles Aqueous became Miles Research, became Atmospherica, and he still to this day is claiming that he does weather moderation, not weather modification. So to be completely transparent, David Miles never showed me his technology. He never proved to me that he could steer an atmospheric river. Furthermore, Climate Control Global Trading LLC out of Dubai and the United Arab Emirates, they tried to offer me a job. In both cases, in David Miles' case, he wanted to come up with a map to like figure out where bad things were going to happen with the weather and then intervene to stop the New World Order from, doing weather warfare. In the case of Climate Control Global Trading LLC, they said they wanted to, also stop, hurricanes, typhoons, dust storms, make it rain, all of this stuff. They claimed that they were going to use the same type of, same type of technology, ground-based transmitters. Now, I was, skeptical. I said, look, get that out of here. I got my sheriff's department t-shirt in the background. Nobody even noticed. Nobody said anything. Thanks, chat. Appreciate you looking out for me now. In the entire time I was talking to them, they never showed me the technology. I talked to their PR people. They were like, we want you to sell this, and I'm like, you do get that I'm anti-weather modification. They're like, no, but we're the good guys. And I was like, okay, well, if you can make me believe, if you can prove to me that you can do what you're saying you're doing and you can do it safely, then I will promote your business and maybe we can work something out. We had a second follow-up call. I said I wanted to meet with your chief scientist. I did. And I said, I want to talk to the Russian that came up with this. And the guy, it was two Arab dudes that I was talking to on the first call. They were like, how the hell does he know that it's a Russian guy? Because all this stuff, from cloud ionization technologies, electrification of the local atmosphere, ELAT, to the cloud ionizers that are designed all around the world, it all goes back to Russian technology, and it goes back to Russian technology because Tesla. Too long a story to get into. Anyway, I knew I was going to meet a Russian, so then now I'm on the Skype call with the Russian scientist from Climate Control Global Trading LLC, and I said to him, all right, here's what I need from you. I need pictures. I need schematics. I want to know how this works. I will sign a non-disclosure agreement, but you're going to have to prove to me that you can control the weather before you're ever going to get me to go and stick my neck out on a limb and say, hey, these are good guys. I think what they're doing is actually going to be helpful. And of course, I submitted to them 10 questions that I wanted answered. Crickets. So that's 2-0, two companies claiming they can do these large weather systems with ground-based transmitters. Neither one were willing to show me their technology. Neither one were able to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt they could do it. So even though I mentioned that on the high wire, I want to clarify to you honestly and transparently that I have never seen any evidence that this shit works. And on the Chinese project, this is on the front page of Climate Viewer News. You go to scroll down to the bottom, you'll see China's ionospheric heating and weather modification projects. Same kind of deal. They've got this Tiani project, which translates to Sky River. There are mentions of atmospheric rivers in there, but it seems more likely that what they're actually referring to is kind of lost in translation. Maybe I got it wrong, and I'm not too ashamed to admit that. They're putting 100,000 cloud seeding generators on the Tibetan Plateau. They want to get that water to the north east portions of China, and not only there was speculation, there was some inferred information about that that basically I'll answer it. Did I ever follow Dutchson's? Yes. Were we friends in the past? Yes. Did we have issues in the past? Yes. Are we friends now? No. It's a long story, but welcome, Elizabeth. It's a shame because we could have been good friends. We sure could have. But that being said, so basically, like all of these projects, whether it's Tiani, Climate Control Global Trading LLC, or Aquia, SciBlue, Miles Research, Atmospherica, the idea of steering atmospheric rivers with ground-based transmitters, though there are big claims out there, none of them have ever been proven. The reason I'm making this this point at the very beginning is because I have never, ever seen any proof of any type of electromagnetic weather modification other than with lasers. So lasers, you go back to Terra Mobile with the terawatt femtosecond lasers for cloud ionization. Same as cloud ionizers, you have to have ionizing radiation to actually affect the weather in any substantial way. So lasers can do that. Lasers can steer lightning bolts. All of that legitimate. Science behind it, videos behind it, seen the equipment, seen the reports, seen all of the tests of it. Just if you go to my Substack, you can read an article about how graphene and lasers in the UAE. The last year of the United Arab Emirates Rainfall Enhancement Program, a dude actually won the contract for making it rain in the desert using laser beams. So there's that. Okay, at least there's some proof there. But as far as HARP goes, things have been freaking crazy for years. Like, how about let's flash back to 2012, back when a prominent website called harpstatus.com. Oh yeah, that's why I put it up as the cover. This is what we used to look at back in the day in 2012, and people would share this thing everywhere. HARP status is showing a strong magnitude readings in this area, and all of that. So yeah, certainly. Oh my God, what's that in chat? Read Nick Begich's book. Certainly lasers are the latest and more portable iteration of HARP. HARP cannot control the weather. Well, we're going to get into that. Okay. HARP cannot affect the weather. This is the funniest part about it. Like, HARP has like almost no effect on the weather whatsoever. Hasn't ever. Nobody's ever proved it. In fact, the reason why we're bringing this up now is because HARP has been on for the last 2 days. Now, for all of the ambulance chasers that were out there saying, well, HARP, caused the floods in Texas. HARP caused the floods in New Mexico. No, stop. I'm here to tell you today. Here's how you tell if HARP's on. It is very simple. It is so simple. You can verify if HARP is on. You can verify whether any of the ionospheric heaters in the world are on very easily. That's what we're going to go through in this video. because right now you have the opportunity to look at the last 2 days on very specific times and then go through every satellite, every single thing, every atmospheric sensor on the planet, and then show me where HAARP messed with the weather. Because I've already looked. It'd already be in this video right damn now if it would happen. In fact, I can go back in time and I could look at every single time that HAARP was on, and then I can make a determination, was HAARP actually modifying weather or causing earthquakes anywhere during any time that it's been on for the last 15 freaking years I've been looking at this thing. The reason why I don't cover it on my live streams normally is because it doesn't do anything. That's the problem. It modifies space weather. You can learn more about this at weathermodificationhistory.com. So let's get into the deets because that's really where all the fun's at. So we're going to come over here. What is HAARP? Where's it at? This is the HAARP ionospheric research instrument. Most people don't even realize that the actual antennas are actually called the IRI. So it's called the Ionospheric Research Instrument. It's 180 cross dipole antennas. They are about 72 feet tall, putting out 3.6 million watts, effective radiated power, 5 billion watts. That's gigawatts. It operates on a frequency of 2.8 to 10 megahertz. This is how you can tell when it's on. Gwen towers are a more modern application for weather modification microwaves. Kathy says this in chat. I believe Gwen towers are actually no, sorry, Kathy. Nope. Sorry. Stop. Get some help. Gwen towers, I'm going to show you those. I wasn't going to do it, but here they are. Here are all the Gwen towers. We're not playing these games anymore. For all the people that talk about Gwen towers, these are Gwen towers. All of these yellow circles right here are Gwen towers. This is a Gwen tower in Whitney, Nebraska, 310 hertz at 3,000 watts. Okay. Gwen stands for Ground Wave Emergency Network, which means what? It is a low frequency transmission, 310 hertz. That's ELF. That's extremely low frequency, which means by ground wave, it actually travels along the ground. Just so we can be clear. And on a lot of these, you can actually come in and still see them. Most of them have actually been decommissioned and deleted. So if I go clicking around on these, the chances I'm going to find one right now that is still there is probably slim to none. Oh, there's a Gwen tower. So that's an actual Gwen tower, guys. You can see it with your own eyes. There's a Gwen tower in Pablo, Colorado. Big, scary Gwen tower. Honestly, that looks more like a freaking cell phone tower now at this point than it did when I first initially mapped them out. So I'm willing to bet that's actually a cell phone tower. But no, Gwen towers cannot modify the weather. Why? It's ground wave. It literally travels along the ground. Kathy again. Patents say HAARP can affect brain waves, cause earthquakes, steer storms, and create lightning. No, they do not. They do. There have been numerous claims from the Russian Duma, from the European Union, the group of American scientists. What's the group called? Anyway, they've all made these claims before. And there may be some there. If there's anything to be concerned about from HAARP, it would be that it messes with the Schumann resonance, that it messes with the ionospheric currents, and that it could be affecting biodiversity, people's brains. Okay? That's the most likely. If anything is going to affect, it could possibly be affecting our circuitry. But the weather, no. Stop. Get some help. So anyway, these are all the Gwen towers. This is a totally different map. I'm going to turn that map off. That's my extremely low frequency ELF, ULF, and VLF transmission sites. You can go through all of them. Just fly around to them and look at them yourself. ZEVs, the different facilities around the world, just by clicking on that, and it'll just fly you over to them and you can go take a look. Pretty cool stuff. But yeah, they look like this. That is an ELF transmitter, not a ionospheric heater. Just so we're clear, that is not a ionospheric heater. So we're going to cut that off, and we're going to go back out real quick, and we're just going to take a peekaroonie at these. So the red ones, these are ionospheric heaters. The blue ones are incoherent scatter radars, okay? There is a big difference. Incoherent scatter radars do have the possibility of, oh yeah, before we go on. See, I jumped the gun. I played the thing, from the high wire. I said I would show this in the video, so I'm just going to show it real quick because people said, hey, Jim, you just took Augustus Dorico at his word. You didn't actually verify anything. No, my teammates, my homeboys and homegirls over in Climate Viewer chat on Telegram, Jeff, my meteorologist buddy, one of the admins over there, he did this. We did track it down. So this is actually Augustus Dorico's flight. Damn it. How do I zoom on this? This is Augustus Dorico's actual flight. Okay. So this is the flight here. It was a Piper Comanche. This is the registration number for it. And this is where he flew when he said he was over Runge, Texas. This is where he flew. You'll notice the tail number 60P. Keep that in mind just for what's coming up. I'm going to zoom back out real quick. And these are the altitudes that he flew at, exactly what he said in the interview and on X. So in my book, that checks out. I don't know about you, but that checks out. Okay. So we trust but verify, guys. So we checked into it. He sent me this stuff. I verified it third party myself. This is the actual plane in a N81 60P. And you can see that it is owned by the South Texas Weather Modification Association. So they actually borrowed their plane to do the weather modification in Texas. Okay, so it's registered to South Texas Weather Modification Association. That is the plane, that is the time, that is the location and the altitude that Augustus Dorico said he would be flying at. And then we do the verification. So right here we can see, is there a way for me to make this bigger? This is Runge, Texas. So I want to start it over real quick. And these are the clouds that he actually flew into right here. So you can actually see, and he said that they dissipated in about 2 hours, which they did. So from here on out, yeah, where's his 60 grams of silver iodide? I don't know. Did it go and contribute to the storm's upwind? I don't know. But I can at least say that in the case of what I'm looking at right here, he did fly into two clouds. They did disappear very rapidly after he flew into them. And then a side-by-side of the Ram-B slider with the radar. This is from NexRad for those who are so afraid of NexRad. This is the derived product of NexRad radar over here. This is the satellite view with the day cloud phase. It actually color codes clouds based on height and type. So this is what the skies over Texas looked like at the time that he was cloud seeding. Right here is about where he would have been. And then right here at Runge, Texas, that's where he was flying. And you can clearly see there's no freaking rainfall here at all. These bright yellow clouds you're seeing over here, they're high thin cirrus. And you could see that if you actually get in. Well, thick high ice cloud. So that's thick high, not thin anyway. Little over 2 ounces of silver iodide seems minuscule. Exactly. It is a minuscule amount. And given the altitude and the fact that when I'm reviewing this tape here, I'm going, doesn't seem like a lot. So to be completely transparent, and then here's all of the flights that plane made all the way back to March of this year. And you can see, all the types are right here. This is everything that plane did all year long. Okay. And then, damn it, go back, full screen. And then, I'm pulling this out of Telegram, so it's not exactly the best. And then this is all through June. And then the last date that they did it was June 2nd, 2 days before the flood. So there you go. And call sign 60p. So that's the plane. That is the plane that he was flying over Karnes County, and duration 20 minutes. And there's the times and everything. So literally they flew for 20 minutes. And all that's on tape. So now that we've shown that, I mean, you be the judge. I don't know. You tell me. I still say, it seems like a very minuscule amount. We did track the flight. We tracked everything that he said checked out. I'm not shilling for the guy. I'm being realistic. Okay? Just saying. So with that, going back here. So the ionospheric heaters, HARP, Arecibo, the Arecibo Observatory Enhanced High Frequency Ionospheric Heating Instrument. It's pictured there. Again, this one operates on 5.1 to 8.17 megahertz, 600 kilowatts. The Tromsø array up in Norway, the Tromsø ionospheric heater, which looks like this. Come on, zoom out. There's 3 different ionospheric heaters. There's 1, 2, and 3. And you can see that in this picture here, where I kind of this was back when I had Google Earth before they canceled it. And I actually had an overlay on the ground that you could see. So now you can actually see what the, and that URL at the bottom doesn't even exist anymore. It's on my weather modification history page, and the redirects don't work right now, so please don't go there. I got a lot of broken things I have to fix, and I have been way too busy to even fix them. So how do we tell when these things are on? That's the main point of this. So the only other one's down here in Jicamarca, Peru. I took it off temporarily. Then there's Sura, Russia. That's the big 4. That, by definition, that is the 4 ionospheric heaters on the planet. That's it. Anything else would be uncivilized. So how do we know when they're on? How do we tell? Well, it turns out HARP to conduct research campaign with the MITRE Corporation. Now, you can go to HARP's transmission notices. They actually show this pretty regularly. It's always updated. And guess what? If it's on, you can tell it's on. So when they put this up here, it's a July 2025. They had this paper right here, which actually shows, actually that's the February paper. What's that doing there? Opened up the wrong one. Thought I had all these in order. Anyway, so everything's in here. Campaign is being conducted to support research by the MITRE Corporation. If you guys don't know who the MITRE Corporation or the Jason Group is, you might want to look into that, or I might want to make a video in the near future. But regardless, the primary objective is to transmit newly developed complex waveforms to assess their propagation characteristics over long distances. All information is subject to change based on real-time ionospheric and other conditions. So July 23rd, 1900 to 2100, 2300 to 0100, and then July 24th, 17 to 1900, 21 to 2300, broadcasting on 6.9 and 9.6 megahertz. So now that we know this information, we can tell when HARP is on, and we can listen for it and verify it. How do you do that? Shout out to my boy PDX Hobo Shack. I'm gonna give homeboy a shout out. I'm gonna pass him around in the chats real quick. Let me just hit that on restream. Boom, and there. Now everybody flood him up, give him a sub, tell him you appreciate him for what he did, and we'll actually listen to HARP. What does HARP actually listen to? Like, this was HARP when it was broadcasting yesterday. This was July 23rd. And I asked him specifically, just for you guys in chat, so you guys can see it too. What hardware, software set up? Nice catch. I'll be sharing this on my channel. In the video, I'm using an AirSpy HF Plus Discovery software-defined radio number 1922 and a 180-foot dipole. I'm also getting a good signal with an SDR Uno and a K180 WLA mag loop. That's a magnetic loop. Anyway, for those who don't know about web SDR or software defined radio and being able to set up your own antenna and then look at it on your computer and record all that, that's what these things are. And some people set them up as web SDRs where other people can tune into your personal listening station. So for the past 15 years, I've been able to immediately get a shout out like I did here. Thank you to US Weather Maha for giving me a shout out on X, at Climate Viewer on X. And she basically said, hey, Harp live feed right now, link to dude's video as it's recording, plus the stuff down here. So I, tweeted out, Harp is transmitting tonight and tomorrow night, daily.hamweekly.com. Got about 4,300 views on this thing. But if you were subscribed to me, you would have known this on July 23rd, and you'd already be ahead of me on this video, obviously. So make sure to go follow me on X, because I'm constantly trolling on X or posting something. You know how it goes. So what does Harp sound like? How do we actually know when it's on? It sounds like this. Good Lord, it's enough to drive anybody insane. Agreed? So you can actually see right here in the center that this is at 6.9 megahertz. So he's tuned into one of the two signals that they're currently playing. And he is actively listening to that sound. Right here over here on the side, you can see he has a bookmark for 9.6 kilohertz, 9,600 kilohertz, which is 9.6 megahertz. So he actually has a bookmark for the other frequency as well. I don't think he ever jumps over to it in this video because I looked through it, but later on you can see that it kind of changes up a bit. It's pretty much the same chirping you get all the way through. This is the sound of Harp transmitting. DJ Harp. Exactly. But that's not how it always sounds. I've heard many, many, many different kinds of broadcasts, sounds that come out of it. What the actual the signature of the Harp transmission actually sounds like. It's always different. It's just always completely freaking wickedly different. Like this one. So this one is let me make sure I got the date on this one. This was also July 23rd. And of course with YouTube it doesn't give an exact time. Maybe we can catch it at, this is 1:24 p.m. So this is during the first round on the first day. Check this out. This is your waterfall plot right here and here. And yeah, it goes on like this forever. So there's a long period where there's nothing but static. And then you get back to where you got a signal right here. And now it's got it really tuned in fine. And the thumps come in. watch in the top here. You see the frequency range hop, rolling and rolling and rolling. That's why you see these ripple waves. Pretty crazy. Oh, that's enough to kill anybody, I swear. And this is live from 10 hours ago. So this was actually today, which is about to be tomorrow because it's getting late and I've got to go to the range all day tomorrow. So I will be shooting all day. I cannot freaking wait to get to work tomorrow. It'll be so much fun. But I thought this one was kind of interesting too. Back to a similar kind of thing. This is that 6.9 again. So the point of showing you this, guys, is that for all of the ambulance chasers out there, all the fear porn clickbait superstars that you know that are constantly telling you, HARP did this, HARP did that. Dude, you can literally tell just by turning on software-defined radio, going to somebody else's SDR using web SDR. Maybe I'll do a tutorial on that at some point because I don't want to get any much longer than I already have with this video. But we'll just give one other example. So on the website here, you can see the last time HARP was on was back in January. Okay. So if you go to the January update, let me make it a little bigger for everybody to see. So the July, it was on in January. How do we know that? Well, you can verify that. So I had them backwards. That's what happened. I grabbed the one from January and I stuck it in front of those, and then I grabbed the one from there and I stuck it in front of the other. Oh, the fails of being a live broadcaster. So let me bring that over here, put that over here, and then I'll bookmark them to throw them on freaking my it happens. It just happens, guys. So you come down here and what do you see? There was an experiment, the giraffe experiment. This involved sounding rockets. But anyway, not going to get in Los Alamos. You can read all about it. Okay. But January 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, 1st, and 2nd. And they're showing you right here 3.25 hertz, F2 region. This is also there's the D, the E, and the F regions of the ionosphere. I don't want to get too technical. I'm sleepy. I've been overworked right now. But I'm absolutely loving what I'm doing. So I just want to say this real quick. To all you motherfuckers out there who have ever been saying that Jim Lee is paid by the Thiel lackey in the last video because I interviewed Augustus Rico, or that the CIA or the shadow Illuminati funds Jim Lee, motherfuckers, I am a sheriff's deputy now. Like literally, I could literally just walk the hell away from the internet and forget about this crap forever and not miss one bit of your mouth ever again. And you know who I'm talking about. And I probably will end up talking about you very soon, ma'am. But anyway, so this is an example of what was going on in January through February. Oh, my boy also got that one. Video February 1st, 2025. Same channel, same guy, same setup, and he's tuned into 9.6 megahertz on this transmission. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Oh my God, it's going left, right, left, right. This is psychological freaking warfare right now for these headphones, guys. Oh my God. That's a saw pattern. And back to static. You can clearly see down here you've got some other interference. But yeah, it comes right back. And then they power it back up. And there's the pattern. I am going. So I think I've proven my point here. Stop letting the ambulance chasers bullshit you and clickbait you. Similarly, I mean, you can tell when HAARP's on by listening to these signals. You can tune in to the frequencies. All of the frequencies are listed on Climate Viewer 3D. All you have to do is click on the map, go to the transmitter. You can see that HAARP operates in 2.8 to 10 megahertz. You can go to their actual transmission page. It will tell you when they're on. And you can actually tune in and listen. And in fact, they even encourage you in the notes right here. You can submit online via our web form at reception reports, meaning if you're in like South Africa and you're hearing this signal, people actually submit reports back to them to say, hey, I'm picking up your signal in the X country. This is my location. This is the DBZ that I was actually picking it up, yada, yada, yada. So just, I mean, there you go. That's all I want to say about that. They're pretty open about it. You can always tell when it's on. As far as the ISCAT facility, which is over here in Norway, the Tromsø ionospheric heater and the new ISCAT 3D that they just built, which looks really freaking cool. Oh my God, you talk about weird looking. Check this bad boy out. So this is the new kid on the block, but not ionospheric heater, more for ionospheric diagnoses. Very, very big image. Yeah, that's a dude right there. So that's a person right there. Oh shit. There you go. That's a person. That's the now they got the power stations directly under the transmitters, so all these trailers are to actually, power this thing. But anyway, the reason I bring it up, because just like HAARP, you can go to the ISCAT portal and you can actually see when they are on. And you do that by going simply right here and you just type in, what the date and time you want to look, and then check the UHF, the VHF, the ESR, and the heating. This is the ionospheric heater. So you're looking for the orange color. And when you scroll down here, what do you see? You see the orange color right here. That's the heater. That's the VHF. That's the UHF. I got that right? No, VHF is brown and blue is UHF. So yeah, VHF, UHF, heating, all on Wednesday, June 25th and June 26th. And you can actually go and you can look at the records for these too. So you would be able to tune into this. If you pop this up, it'll actually give you information on it. What there it says. Orienteering competition being held in the area. Organizers have requested no radiation during runners in the forest around ISCAT. So was it on? Was it not? Well, you can go check the records for that, because they have records for that. So you can actually see what the power modules show. They have like a real-time heads-up display for the Tromsø ionospheric heater. And it looks like this. In this picture right here, you can see the VHF transmitter was on. This is the time. This is the date. This is the power density that it was currently running at. So it's upwards of about right around 562 kilowatts is what it looks like right there. This is another example on a different day. This is with the VHF and the UHF on. Actually, I looked through the entire period during this, and all I saw was the VHF and UHF on. You probably are wondering what that is, what that actually is, so I'll show you. Over here on the side, let's see if it's sharper on Bing. No, it looks pretty much the same. So you got, these are the ionospheric heaters. This is the VHF. This is the UHF. So these two antennas over here are the ones that are actually on, not these big guys over here, which are actually like the HARP facility. So this is the heater, and then there is the VHF and the UHF over there. Just saying. So now you can see it with your eyes. Now you know what it is, and you know what you're actually looking at. So you can actually see that those two are on, but the heater would have been appeared in green down here at the bottom. And this is the actual real-time power monitor update. I mean, I'll just throw it in chat for, you know, all this will appear on. I'm gonna bookmark everything right here under this. When I'm done with the video, I grab all these bookmarks, I throw them into a folder, and then I go put them up on my Substack. So everything that I just showed you in this video will be on my Substack, which means that if you want to get this stuff and be able to do all this monitoring and check it out yourself, and then go raise hell with your local ambulance chaser clickbaiter and tell them, hey, you know, dude, HARP was not on. Quit blaming these things on HARP. Then you'll be able to do that. So just go over to climateviewer.com, because right now I just updated the front page of climateviewer.com, because a lot of people don't ever go to connect.climateviewer.com. And you can see that I added my new website, chemtrailfacts.com. So if you guys want to check that bad boy out, oh my God, I added it and I never changed the URL. That's why it's there. Look at what a fail I am. Bruh, that literally says climateviewer.org. I copy pasted it over here, put a picture on it, and never actually linked it to Chemtrail Facts. I get Tool of the Year award. I get it. So anyway, chemtrailfacts.com. I'll have to update that. Is now live. We'll talk about this in another video at another time when I put more effort into it. But, you know, all those things, chemtrails coming to a website near you in the near future. Lots of information already on here, but just remember that what you're seeing right now is actually just the beginning. It is just a rough draft. There is way more to come in the near future. And yeah, those pumps and pipes that they keep telling you about, you know, those pumps and pipes, you know, that pump and pipe from that guy who talks about that pump and pipe, that's not actually that pump and pipe. That is a pylon drain. Grow up, people. Everything they tell you about chemtrails is a lie, and I will be laying all those facts out in graphic detail in the near future, along with all kinds of insane charts and facts that nobody really thinks about. So we will get into that in another video, and how to validate it your damn self. Use the Windy plugin with the Contrail Finder, and there is going to be much more to come in the near future. So subscribe to my Substack, join our Telegram chat if you want to be a part of the conversation. Follow me on X for updates. This is on chemtrailfacts.com, just released. And that is why you guys really have not heard a lot from me in the past month. Changing jobs, been, you know, really inundated with all of that. And trying to work on this new website. You know, I code all my websites myself. To you dumb ass haters on X that keep saying, did Peter Thiel, your Peter Thiel buddy, buy you that new website? You did your chemtrail facts? Did they pay for your? No, ass munch. I made my website my damn self. Don't believe me? It looks like this. Like literally, this is me right now on Chemtrail Facts. Actually, this is climateviewer.com. And since I mentioned it, I might as well, before we end this video, I'm going to go ahead and since I remembered, I'm going to go to partials. What is this? I'm in the docs folder. Damn it. Come down here to homepage, and I believe it was home social, which is in my partials here. So home social, and I said it was right here, chemtrail facts, and right here you can clearly see I just told you that I just copy pasted it over here and never updated it. So I need to go to the high ref right here, which is completely wrong. It is on there. So I'm going to go chemtrail facts Change that. Let's see. All right. Chemtrail facts. Everything's straight. Do that real quick. This is proofs. This is what we call proofs, people. I'm going to prove beyond a shadow of doubt that I maintain my own freaking website. So I'm going to go to sites, chemtrail facts. I'm going to bring up PowerShell, open here, bring that over here. I'm going to wait, not chemtrail facts. Damn it. I need to go to climatviewer.com. All right. Now I type Hugo. And I can generate my website. So let's see if Jimbo fixed it real quick. Agreed, Chad. Like, people should stop using the damn word chemtrail. I mean, use it with your friends. Use it for fun. All right, this should be updated now. So let's see if I can upload this real quick. Don't want to give away the sauce, so let's not put my username up there where anybody can read it. Let's get that off the freaking screen. All right, I don't want to drag this over here because I don't want people seeing my my username on my FTP program. I'm just going to upload the index. Yes, and overwrite. And let's go back and F12 this page and F5. And now it is updated and it says chemtrailfacts.com. I fixed it. There you go. The climateviewer.com link is now updated. I did that using my Sublime text with Hugo, and this is all in, them fancy handlebars and stuff. I was going to say, don't you dare come in here looking like that, man. Girl. Anyway, so website updated. You guys check it out. I have not put it over on connect.climateviewer.com yet. Sue me. But that being said, guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Have fun trolling your friends about, the harps. Like, you can literally go and you can check this stuff yourself. Don't trust anybody. Don't trust me. I am not an expert. I am an aficionado. I am an archivist. I am a nerd. I do this part-time in my spare time. Otherwise, you think I'd be making a freaking video at 11 o'clock at night? No, because I had other stuff to do. Mainly like take a freaking nap, after I got off work today, because we did PT and defensive tactics all day. I haven't even taken a shower. That's my freaking forehead looks so shiny on here today. So that being said, love you guys, mean it. I will try to make it, appear more frequently. I'm between, jobs right now. I'm just starting out. Like, I started Monday, and it's kind of crazy. It's fast paced. I'm loving it, but hey, I had to come on here. Troll the USDA secretary. Good for you. Keep up the good work. Keep trolling them. Lee Zeldin, Marjorie Taylor Greene, all these guys, talking about their contrail geoengineering page on the EPA. There's so much stuff I've wanted to jump on here and talk about. I have not, just because I have been hella overwhelmed. So I appreciate everybody who stuck with, through thick and thin for 15 years, from me looking like Skeletor when I had Graves' disease, to having my thyroid removed, to finally getting my health back, and now getting a damn good job where I don't even need this crap anymore. But I'm still here in the bedroom, and it's almost midnight, which means that I'd like to get my wife in that bed right there. So I'm not going to hang out with you guys anymore. Peace, love you, mean it. And remember, guys, hey, people are going to argue with you about this stuff. And you know what? People are going to always hate because they always, they want their confirmation bias. They want their fear porn. So, you know, just say, like we do in the South, bless your heart and attack ideas, not people. Love you, mean it, guys.
If this video resonates with you, leave me a comment because I love hearing from y'all. First time here, be sure to subscribe and click the bell. Yeah! Remember, it would be impossible for me to do this without your support, so please join my Patreon or buy me a coffee on PayPal. And always, attack ideas, not people.
Kids are impressionable. That's why here at this station, we watch the programs and commercials your child watches carefully. He may see bad guys, but not in the role of heroes. And he'll learn that crime doesn't pay. Because your child's welfare is our concern, too. That's part of our code.
Better than anything you can get without a prescription. Anything. It's the best.
I think we got enough, so we're going to roll out of here. Yeah, go ahead, Ben. Southwest 29th and Penn, Roger. And Oak City approach, News 9's headed back to the west. We have the 4 in flight there. We're dropping down to 1.8. Is that Walker? Well, then he's going to head them off then. What the? Okay, I got them. Yeah, they're right over across from me. Next road, next intersection. Yeah. Looks like it's a pickup pulling a trailer. Yep. And approach, just let you know we're over the pursuit. We're still headed to south on Western. It appears to be a pickup with a trailer here, Alex. We just arrived on scene now. You can see the 2 Oklahoma City black and whites trailing that pickup, pulling that trailer right now. We are on Western going southbound as we take a street scope shot here. We just passed Southwest 65th here, southbound on Western. It's not really a high-speed pursuit, Alex. They are just trailing this pickup with a trailer. He refuses to pull over or yield for the police officers here. So he's still going southbound on Western, and like I said, we keep street scope up. You can see we're just past Southwest 68th at this time. We're still trying to gather information exactly why this person refused to stop for the police officers, but we'll be coming up to I-240 here shortly, so it'll be interesting on what he's going to do here, whether he's going to try to get on I-240 or stay southbound on Western. But like I said, it's not a very high-speed pursuit at all, but you're looking at that pickup right there pulling a trailer. And like I said, as we go along here, Alex will try to gather information of why they're in pursuit of this pickup with a trailer, whether it's stolen or whether he just refused to stop for the police officers here. You can see him getting a center median there. It appears he's still going to go southbound on Western at this time. Was got comes under the I-240 overpass there. We pull back a little bit. We'll see what Street Scope says here. And it's still southbound on Western. It looks like what's the next day? Southwest 77th is what we're coming up to now, Alex. And like I said, maybe you have heard, I haven't heard yet, Alex, of what they are actually trying to stop this pickup for. Well, that's right, and with Street Scope, that's the great thing about Street Scope is actually we can pop that speedometer up on the screen, and viewers can actually see as long as we keep that car in the crosshairs here and kind of tight, it will give you the readout of the speed of that vehicle there. And like I said, it's not a very high-speed pursuit at all. And as you see with the Street Scope here, we're passing Stryker Terrace. We were in a hang on just a second. Roger that. We'll be looking for Air 1. We're at 2.3. Roger that. And right now we're coming up to, as we pull back here a little bit, we'll see what Street Scope says. It looks like Blackwelder Avenue and Stryker Terrace there is where we are now. He's turned back north on Blackwelder there, headed towards I-240. He'll be coming out of this housing addition here. You can see Southwest 77th. We're still on Blackwelder. You can see I-240. So again, like I said, Alex, it's not a very high-speed pursuit, which is good. I mean, that's the great thing, especially when you're driving a pickup, pulling a trailer. You get very fast here, and Air 1 has just now come over the top of this pursuit now, so they will be doing high cover for this pursuit for the police officers on the ground. Looks like he's turning back east on the service road of I-240 there. And still not a high-speed pursuit, Alex. Like I said, he's still pretty much kind of just taking his time here, but refuses. Oh, now he's merging. Now he crossed the median there. Just I said it was not getting too crazy. He crossed the median there. Now he's eastbound on I-240 here. Now we'll see what the police officer is going to do, but they can kind of relax, Alex, because Air 1 is now over this pursuit, so he can track them and stay with them until the police officers get in position here to either try to get up in front of this guy or merge onto I-240 here. It appears he may be picking up speed here now, Alex, so we're going to move up a little bit and kind of get a beam of him here, and that way we can see what Street Scope is telling us exactly how fast he's going. He's starting to really stretch it out a little bit now, Alex. He's starting to get on the pedal a little bit, picking up speed. No, they did not, Alex. They stayed on the service road to merge onto I-240 here. Like I said, they got Air 1 up above him now, so basically Air 1 can just tell him where he is, so they don't have to do anything crazy or you know, endanger anybody. They just let Air 1 track him. And of course, with our Street Scope technology that we have, we're above it now, so we can actually tell the police officers exactly what street he is on and what street he is crossing. So that's a big help to them to know exactly where this person is. But right now he's still eastbound on I-240. We have a construction area here on the eastbound lanes, which has it down to 2 lanes there and construction equipment. But like I said, the only really dangerous thing he did was across the median, across the grass to get on I-240 and merge on. That was about the only thing I've seen so far. And then he got into a high rate of speed there for a little bit. Now he's kind of backed off as we come up to the I-240, I-35 interchange here. It appears he's going to stay eastbound on I-240 at this time here. So again, the good thing is he's not getting real crazy here and putting a lot of people in danger. He's staying pretty much a constant speed right now and staying in that left lane, and really not causing any, like I said, endangering anybody on the I-240 at this time. I'm looking back to see if the police officers have come on. They have. I don't see black and whites yet or anything. I see Air 1's just off down south of me tracking him here, but I haven't seen any black and whites move up yet on this pickup. I'm going to have to make a radio call here, Alex, so I'm going to toss it back to you. Air 1, I got you there, 2.3. That's right, Alex. I'm with you right now. He is coming up to an intersection here. We will pull out and find out exactly what intersection he's getting ready to cross here. It looks like that's southeastern and southeast. What was that? I didn't quite catch it. Was it southeast 89th? I believe it was southeast 89th that he just crossed here. Now he is on eastern southbound here. Air 1 is still with us, but I see no black and whites at this time coming up behind him or anything, Alex. Like I said, it's now kind of went back to a normal speed here. And I don't know if he feels he's just nobody's pursuing him, or if he's in the clear, or he's just driving like he was earlier. Like I said, this is not a really high-speed pursuit till he got on I-240 there. And according to StreetScope, and viewers can see the speedometer there in the corner, that he almost reached speeds of close to 100 miles an hour there. Got 90 miles an hour close there on the coming down I-240 eastbound. But it'd be really interesting, Alex, of why this person is fleeing from the police officers, if this is a stolen truck and trailer, or he just something else, or he just refused to stop on a normal traffic stop. Well, he just threw something out, so I'm not sure what that was, Alex. A case of some kind. He just threw out the door there, so we can mark that with StreetScope. What we can do with StreetScope is we can actually drop pins down to where objects come out, and we can later go back and have the camera find where an object was thrown out, and have the camera find by this pin on the screen to where that object was thrown out at this time. Let me just check here real quick, Alex. Air 1, you up on 2302? Air 1, you on 2002? That's right. He's now turned westbound on northeast 12th. He is going westbound on northeast 12th, which is going to be the Moore area here. Like I said, it's not. He still hasn't. He's kept it at a kind of a normal speed here, Alex. He hasn't really done anything erratic or anything. He's keeping it at a normal speed. And like I said, I don't know if that's because he don't see any police officers behind him or anybody pursuing him, or he's, it's just hard to figure out what this person's thinking here. But right now you see he's on northeast 12th from StreetScope. He's crossing the railroad tracks. We'll see. It'll be kind of interesting when he gets up here to I-35 and to see what he decides to do when he gets to I-35 here. But he's slowing down again. It looks like he's going to turn into this neighborhood. So what do we got on StreetScope there? That's Nail Parkway. Looks like it's Nail Parkway. He has turned northbound on Nail Parkway from northeast 12th. and he's going up into this neighborhood that's on the east side of I-35 in Moore. So, like I said, Air 1's right above him. You can see Air 1 right there just passed through the screen. So again, as we look at street scope here, we got Nell Parkway, he crossed Meadowbrook Drive. I'm looking to see if there's an exit out of this housing addition. It looks like he's gonna, well, I'm not sure what he's doing now. Well, he is being polite and letting cars pass. That's the good thing, Alex. He's just taking his time here. And like I said, I think it's just because he feels that he's not being pursued anymore. Here's why he's taking, just kind of leisurely taking his time here. You're going to see this kind of 90-degree turn. The only way out of this housing addition is back over to the west here. And I'm not sure if he knows where he's going or if he's familiar with this area or not, Alex. But like I said, you can see he's not in any big hurry. He's just taking his time here. And you're going to look by street scope. We passed Fox Avenue on Northeast 18th, just past Fox Avenue. And we'll be coming up to we're actually going westbound towards I-35 at this time. Okay. I don't know if that person was intentionally trying to block him or what. Okay, yeah, that pickup almost got hit there. I don't think he did clip him, but it was very close at this time. So now he's coming up to North Broadway Street. He's stopped now. He's going to back up. He's backing up. He's backing up here. I believe there's a. I'm not sure what is that. A police officer behind him, Ben? Okay. Looks like he's asking directions from the mailman there, Alex. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but that's North Broadway that he's coming up to. So now he's going to go northbound on North Broadway here. Okay, we got a black and white that's going to meet him head on here, so I don't know what's going to happen here. There's the black and whites just passed him. It just went by him. Okay, now he's northbound on Broadway, passing Northeast 21st. Another black and white that just passed him. Okay, Alex, this next sorry to interrupt you. Next intersection, we have several police officers at this intersection up here, so we're going to see what's going to take place here as he comes up North Broadway to Northeast 27th. You can see all those police officers right there. So I don't know what's going to happen here. Like I said, so he's in the left turn lane, so it looks like he may be going back west, or he's going to go straight. Okay, he went straight on North Broadway again. So I'm going to roll around here, Ben. He's going to be coming close to underneath us here as I come around. Okay, he's going to merge onto I-35. He's now going to be merging onto I-35, going northbound on I-35, and now he's going to be gaining speed, Alex. There's a car spinning out right behind him. He clipped a car. Oh, lucky that person held on to it. He clipped a car right there, and lucky that person held on to it. They almost lost it and slammed into the median there. The black and whites are weaving their way through it, but luckily that person did not hit that retaining wall. Boy, that was close, Alex. That was very, very close. You can see traffic kind of stopped traffic back there and letting the black and whites through. So now it's getting kind of dangerous, Alex. Now we almost had a major wreck right there from where he clipped a car, and now he is northbound on I-35. Well, what are we crossing there, Ben, from Street Scope? It looks like southeast 82nd. We just crossed southeast 82nd. We're still northbound. We'll see what he's going to now. He's going to exit again. It looks like he's going to exit. He's going to be back on I-240. He's going to be back. Either he can get on. He's going to. Let's see. He's going to come up here. Okay, he's going eastbound on I-240 now, back from I-35. Eastbound from I-240 on I-35. Okay, now we got endangerment here to go along with this, Alex, because he almost caused that van silver van. He clipped the silver van. It spun sideways and then back the other way, almost hit the retaining wall, but that driver was able to hold on to it and get that car stopped. Right now they have I-35 kind of slowed up down there where that accident almost happened, making sure that person is all right in that car. So now we got black and whites now coming up behind this person that we understand is a stolen pickup with a trailer going eastbound on I-240, and we'll be coming up here. We'll see what intersection we're going to be passing. This might be Eastern, I think, again, Ben, as we look at street scope here as he comes by. But yeah, that's the Southeastern that we're going to be coming across again. We got, okay, he's got slow traffic in front of him, and you see the black and white right behind him there. Yeah, he may be, Alex. And right now they got I-35 pretty much shut down to just one lane as they are checking that person out in that van to make. I believe that happened around close to around Southeast 82nd or something is where that almost took place. So traffic coming northbound on I-35 is going to be very slow. It's going to start backing up, and that is caused by this pursuit here from him almost taking out a van on I-35 around Southeast 82nd. So now he's exiting again. Let's see what he's going to do. The good thing is he's getting it. Okay, now he's coming off. It's a Bryant, but now he's kind of. Okay, let's see. There's a little ditch right there. Let's see if he's going to make this. Okay, so now he's came back on I-240 going eastbound. The police officer just followed. They're following him through. Okay, now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black and whites that are now going to come up and get into this pursuit here. And we got more. We got 1, 2. Looks like 2 more getting on the service road here. So we're starting to get more and more help as we go along here since this person decided to almost cause a severe accident on I-35 coming northbound around Southeast 82nd. So like I said, everyone is still shadowing him. We got on him. Of course, you know, the great thing about Street Scope is that we can show the viewer the speed of this vehicle. We can also show the viewer the roads as he crosses the roads there, and we can relay this to the police officers and stuff so they know exactly where this guy is at all times. And so hopefully they'll get this guy stopped here. As we go out eastbound on I-240 here, the traffic is getting less and less, so he's got a pretty big open highway here to keep running eastbound. So we'll just keep following him. Like I said, I think you told me, Alex, this is a stolen vehicle, and he refused to yield for police officers. So this pursuit has, I don't know, Alex, you can tell him how long this pursuit's been going on. I kind of lose track of time up here. But we're getting ready to cross the south end of Tinker here. I'll have to make a call here. I'll talk to you later in a little bit. And Oak City News 9. We're going to be still eastbound on I-240 getting ready to cross south end of Tinker here. Okay, he's slowing down, Alex, here. I don't know why he's slowing down. What he's thinking is here. But he's now come to a stop. Well, now he's rolling down he's on the shoulder. We're still eastbound on I-240. Okay, he's going to cut across the grass again, the median. Let's see, Ben, what's road we're on. Okay, that's going to be South Air Depot Road. He's come off I-240 eastbound. Now, if the officers could get up here, they might have a chance to stop him right here if they can get up there quick enough. But I think they're just going to lay back and see what okay, so he's coming up okay, now we're going southbound on South Air Depot. Okay, we got 2 cars blocking the road down here, so let's see what's going to happen here. I don't know if this is police officers or if this is civilian people. Right here, you can see it right there, South Air Depot Road, just off. Okay, they're going to move. That's good. Okay, we look like we got the Oklahoma City gun range that he's coming up to. This is going to be a dead end, so now he's blocked himself in. So there's no place for him to go. Like I said, he made the wrong turn to come into the Oklahoma City gun range down here south, and that is a dead end road. So now he's just setting. The police officers are coming up behind him. So we'll see what happens here, Alex. Like I said, this person definitely didn't want to be caught. He didn't want to stop. He almost caused an accident on I-35 around Southeast 82nd. He put a lot of people in danger right there because that was a pretty high speed when he clipped that car. And it was just a miracle that that driver was able to, hey, uh-oh, he's coming up to the gate. Oh, he broke right through the gate. Well, I hate to tell him this. As we pull back wide here, you're going to see the Oklahoma City gun range right there. There's Oklahoma City police officers gun range. You see Air Depot, that's a dead end right there, so he can't go. So at this point, Alex, I don't believe he knows where he's going or what he's on or anything. He's going to try to take this little road right here, but I think he's pretty much run out of luck right here. Well, he's going to, if he even takes this road, there's basically no place for him to go. He's going to run into a fence line, and it's probably going to get pretty. I think there's a gully, a small ditch at the end of this road right here that he's not going to be able to make. So we'll see what happens. It's going to get kind of interesting right here. Yep. So we got to be careful right here to see if he's